Hello, my name is Daniel Spencer.
And I'm Stephanie Smith, and we're going to discuss the Walt Disney Company.
In this presentation, we will provide details to the following topics listed on this overview. The company's strategy as of 2012 was centered on creating high-quality family entertainment, exposing technological advances to create more memorable experiences, increase international development, allocate sufficient capital to fund its core theme parks in order to remain competitive, and capture synergies developed between business units. The other reason we have decided that the Walt Disney Company is most likely in a related diversification segment is because it operates primarily in the entertainment industry. For example, the Walt Disney Company has many subsidiaries under its umbrella ranging from theme parks, hotels, resorts, and massive cruise ships to broadcast television networks and interactive media. To a degree, these segments are related, and each one utilizes the other to promote growth of the brand. However, when thinking about the ESPN and television broadcast side of the company, this seems to be unrelated to the main goal of promoting the iconic Mickey Mouse that is featured throughout the parks, resorts, and cruise ships.
Presented in this table are the weighted industry attractiveness scores for the 5 different divisions of the Walt Disney Company. The scores range on a scale from 1 being very unattractive to 10 being very attractive. Furthermore, the weighted competitive strengths assessment depicted here displays features of the 5 divisions of the company on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being very weak and 10 very strong. The scores in the current and previous slide were determined based on our understanding of the different business segments.
In this slide, we have prepared the 9-cell Industry Attractiveness Business Strength Matrix. As you can see, Media Networks has the largest amount of revenue based on the size of its circle. The lines correlate to our calculation of the competitive strength and industry attractiveness scores referenced in the previous tables. However, the circle sizes were determined based on the revenues presented in Case 9. All of the business units, except for interactive media, are located in the black region of the table, which represents a high priority for resource allocation. Interactive media falls in the gray region, which represents a medium priority for resource allocation.
The Walt Disney portfolio of business units exhibits a strategic fit because each business unit can build on one another and use the resources of the entire company without duplication. Several value chains are identified in Chapter 4 that present opportunities for other business units to utilize sales, marketing, distribution, and services to benefit media networks, studio entertainment, and interactive media. Additionally, parks and resorts, as well as consumer products, would be able to benefit from these resources. The marketing value chain develops all advertising and promotion of brands across the 5 business segments. Furthermore, operations are able to be transferred and shared across a majority of the business units. The operation value chain activities include equipment maintenance, facilities, and production.
Depicted in the table below, the company as a whole generates revenues of $40.8 billion, with media networks making up close to half of the total revenue of the company and almost 3/4 of the profit. On the other hand, the interactive media segment is operating at a loss of $308 million, while the other segments are profitable and contribute to the success of the company.
Listed in this table is Walt Disney's financial and operating performance results from 2010 to 2011, which shows Disney's profitability, liquidity, leverage, and activity ratios. Moreover, Walt Disney's profitability ratios are fairly good, especially since all of these ratios are trending upward. Their liquidity ratios show positive results, proving that Disney has the appropriate amount of internal funds to repay their current liabilities timely, as well as the ability to fund additional operations. Their leverage ratios show that they have a sustainable amount of debt which is being managed efficiently. And as far as the activity ratios go, they are exceptional. Disney turns its inventory quickly, although it does take a considerable amount of time before they receive the cash payments from the sales.
We recommend that Disney's management team look for ways to increase revenue in the interactive media segment since they have shown an operating loss since 2008. However, the Walt Disney Company is headed in the right direction with the acquisition of Polydom in 2010, and we expect operating income to rise to make up for the losses and increase shareholder value. In contrast, the revenue for this business unit continues to rise, but expenses are greater than the revenue produced. Specifically, the interactive media department should decrease operating expenses by $200 million, as well as decrease selling, general, and administrative expenses by $150 million. By reorganizing the departments to operate more effectively, this will require evaluating salaries and selling techniques in order to cut costs. Additionally, this business unit needs to focus on gaining a 10% increase in advertising income through in-app and website advertisements. Furthermore, the company is rapidly expanding into international markets in order to increase brand recognition and customer loyalty. While it takes many years to open a park, as explained in the case, considerable time could be saved if the build phase is broken into smaller divisions, resulting in quicker opening dates. This will allow building new parks in emerging markets to be easier and will ultimately increase revenue in Parks and Resorts business units. We'd like to thank you for participating in this PowerPoint discussion, and listed here are the references that we used in our case discussion.
Thank you.